Good afternoon and welcome to Nina. Michael Cleary here, the Bergman, the Berg Trampoline Man. Beautiful Sunday morning, and the kids have just actually got in for a second, but you'll see here behind me our own 12.5 foot champion in-ground trampoline. And definitely we're into trampoline season already a bit earlier than normal, and I think that's to do with the weather being so mild and having such a mild winter. So I'm just going to, you see our own trampoline in the background there. Our own trampoline is nearly 8 years old at this stage, and it's as good as new. I cover it every winter. I'm going to just turn the camera here for 1 second and show it to you. I thought I could turn the camera there. Oh, here we go, sorry. It's a 12.5 foot in-ground champion trampoline. As I said, in since 2013, so sorry, 6 years old. We cover it, I typically put a cover on kind of end of December through to end of February, but there's been no need for it this year. And I say 6 years in, and 3 kids, 9, 7 and 6, they use it all the time. It probably gets more use with every passing year rather than less. I'll flick the camera back around. Number of questions people always ask about trampolines. Will the hole flood? What type and size hole needs to be dug? Is there an issue with vermin? Are they good? What's the difference between in-ground and a regular trampoline and all that jazz? So I just here's some facts from 6 years experience and 20 years experience selling trampolines. Sorry, I'm trying to get the sun out of the way here. Number one, the hole is quite small. The hole is always 2 foot less in diameter than the diameter of the trampoline. Ironically, they're called in-ground trampolines, but no part of the trampoline goes into the ground. Trampoline sits entirely at ground level, so the diameter of the hole that I dug here for this trampoline is 10 foot 6 inches for a 12.5 foot trampoline. The hole is shaped like a dish, slopes down to 75 centimeters and back up again, so the hole is actually quite small. Rule of thumb, and it's as accurate and scientific as you get, it works really well. If your lawn doesn't flood or get soggy after heavy rain, the hole will not fill with water. If it does, I think you should put in a regular trampoline, because otherwise you're getting into a lot of expense or drainage. Maybe you might be able to do it handily enough, but that's it. If your lawn doesn't flood or get soggy after heavy rain, the hole will not fill with water. Second thing is, on the underside of all these trampolines there's a net that will stop tennis ball, hurling ball, a kitten, cat, a rat, anything like that getting in. Cannot get in. So it's not an issue. You'll see different blogs on the internet. Not an issue in our 8 or 6 years experience, and many other people. The only rule we have here in this one is no food near the trampoline, so there's no reason to attract anything around the place. The other one people often ask, would you not need a safety net? Our experience is no. Normal usage on this trampoline is myself or my wife plus 3 kids. Not recommended. Every trampoline, irrespective of the size, will always only ever recommend one user. Kids don't jump off trampolines. It's actually quite difficult to jump off it. If they do, they land on ground. They're 3 inches off the ground, as you can see. So a safety net. I say to everybody, take the trampoline, come back to me if you want a safety net. Nobody ever comes back. Absolutely nobody ever comes back for the trampoline. And there's a benefit in that, because number one, visually, a trampoline with a safety net can dominate your garden. And number two, with all these storms and heavy winds we're getting, the nets are the main reason why trampolines blow in the wind. So if I move away here again, I'm going to flick the camera around. Visually, you look at our garden here and you look from the back window, and trampoline pretty much sits at ground level. We have a slight slope in the lawn, but with an in-ground trampoline, the trampoline can be plumb level, and you can play with the levels a small little bit. Very, very simply done. So that's pretty much a quick rundown on in-ground trampolines. There are a number of models: Favourite, Champion and Elite. The difference between Favourite and Champion, they're the 2 most popular ones. The Favourite takes a jumping load of 46 stone weight. The Champion takes a jumping load of 64 stone weight, so more bounce. The padding on the Favourite, which typically is the green in green, on the Favourite it is 20mm thick halfway across and 10mm thick on the other side. The padding on the Champion is 30mm thick. So in a nutshell, the padding has thicker padding and more bounce. If you're not going to have a safety net on an in-ground trampoline, the extra padding is certainly worth considering, because the users will enter and leave the trampoline at all different points, which will mean that the padding is going to get an awful lot more traffic. So for that reason, more so than the bounce, it's worth considering the extra padding on the trampoline. that's a quick rundown. There's a lot of technical spec and all other kind of stuff, but the trampolines we sell are Berg trampolines. We pretty much have everything in stock. They come in 4 sizes: 9, 11, 12.5 and 14 foot. Pretty much have everything in stock. There's a rectangular one, 11.5 by 8, and there's an oval one which at its longest point is 17 and at the width 12. It's called a Grand Champion. So look, my own name is Michael. You'll see my phone number on this post. Feel free to give me a call should you have any questions or you want to book your trampoline. We also have a pay-as-you-go facility, so a lot of people are booking trampolines at the moment for communion or confirmation, paying a few pounds every week or as it suits, and we'll have the trampoline paid. So look, that's it for Michael here and Ian on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you all soon. God bless.